2005 Ford GT supercar. Stock, these were 550 horsepower. Obviously that wasn't enough for Bill. A little more horsepower and a little more sound, never hurt anybody. 31,000 miles. Nobody puts more than 500 miles on one of these things.
Not me, I'm driving and enjoying it.
Turn your driving dreams into a reality at Hemmings.com, the world's most trusted collector car marketplace since 1954. Hemmings offers live online auctions and tens of thousands of collector cars, trucks, and bikes daily.
Hey, Colin.
Hey, Bill, how are you?
Doing fine. LTD.
LTD.
Living the dream.
Of course you are. You drove in a Ford GT or in sunny California. What could be better, right?
That's right, exactly right.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about your history with this Ford GT.
I saw the Super Bowl commercial and loved it and watched that about 1,000 times. Went to the auto show in LA, saw it in person and fell in love with it, and then sold a Pantera and bought the car and been in love with it ever since.
Yeah, and you drive it.
Yeah, it's a driver. It's not perfect. It's got 31,000 miles on it.
31,000 miles. Oh, haven't you seen it? Nobody puts more than 500 miles on one of these things.
Not me. I'm driving and enjoying it.
Well, they're wonderful road cars.
They are.
So, and few people know that because, like I said, nobody seems to drive them. But when you get them out on the road, they're magnificent.
Yeah.
So
I didn't buy it as an investment. When I bought it, my friend said, "You know, you're nuts paying that much for a Ford." Now I'm a genius.
Well, if you didn't buy it for an investment, can we just cut this short? Can I just write you a check for what you paid for it and we'll be done?
That'd be done, that's it.
Well, kidding aside, you know why you're here. You've agreed to bring this great car down for me to look it over and do an appraisal. Okay. So I'll check it over, and when I'm done, come and get you, and we'll talk about where the Ford GT market is today and what I think of yours.
Okay, thank you.
All right, cool. See you in a little bit.
All right.
I finished my appraisal of Bill's 2005 Ford GT supercar. Now this is kind of a cool deal. A lot of the original owners of these cars didn't keep them. Bill has, and he's driven it. So that is a cool factor on its own, but also the car has all four of the available options. It has the over-the-top stripes, it has the BBS wheels, it has the painted calipers, and it has the Macintosh stereo. So let's get beyond that. A couple of things I saw are things that Bill has done to it during his ownership, and we'll start under the rear clamshell here. Stock, these were 550 horsepower. Obviously that wasn't enough for Bill. He's changed the supercharger pulley, given it some more boost. He's put a Ford Racing exhaust on it. And he's also added this transaxle cooler over here, which is kind of a mandatory thing, especially in a warm climate like California. I'll see some other little pride of ownership things. He's polished the control arms. It has braided stainless steel brake lines underneath it. All neat stuff. And again, he's not going to sell it. It's his car. He enjoys it. If it were my Ford GT, I would do the same things. A little more horsepower and a little more sound. Never hurt anybody. Just walking around the outside of Bill's GT, the car's in excellent condition. It doesn't show the 31,000 miles that are on the odometer. The paint is very nice. The trim is all very nice. And another aspect of this particular example that bears noting is that it is VIN number 1700. So after the first 1,000 cars in 2005, the fit and finish got a little better. They changed some things around and made the cars just a little bit better throughout. So now let's go take a look inside. Now, one thing I can tell you that I noticed before I even got in is that Bill has raised the driver's seat in this car. He's got some risers under the seat tracks that look like they raised the seat about 2.5 inches or so. And it's immediately apparent when I open the door because the seat cannot go any further back because it's actually running into the door opening here. So I'm going to try to get in. This might not be the best idea I've ever had, though. Yeah, there you go. Okay, we're in. Clearly, a man of my height is not going to drive this car comfortably, especially with a helmet, because even with the seat bolted to the floor, I can't fit in one of these with a helmet. But I'm in here now, and there are a couple things you look for in GTs. You look for corrosion under the clear coat on the steering wheel airbag, and it has a little bit, you can see a little bit of discoloration. It's got a little bit of corrosion underneath there. That's pretty normal. The center consoles in these also corrode under the paint. This one doesn't have any corrosion, so that's nice. Again, it has the Macintosh stereo. Other than that, it's all standard Ford GT fare. There's some wear to the leather on the driver's seat, so that would be expected with the mileage. And we're in here, and I have the key. Let's hear what that big 5.4 liter sounds like. So, even though it sits here and idles real nice and smooth, you can obviously hear it has a little bark when you rev it up. You know, these are 200 plus mile an hour cars, and you can tell when you sit there and run it that it seems like you can do it. So other than that, there's really nothing of note to point out on Bill's car. It's a really nicely cared for car. He's enjoyed it and he's used it, but he has also pampered it because I don't see any damage or anything of note that would detract from its value other than what the odometer says. So I know what I think Bill's car is worth. Let's pull him back in here and see if he agrees with my number or not. Hey, Bill.
Hey, Colin.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Great car. Had fun looking at it. I see you've tweaked her up a little bit, a little supercharger pulley and exhaust and trans cooler. It's all good stuff. You've had 31,000 fun miles, it looks like.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So before I tell you what I think, what do you think your car's worth today?
Well, I haven't exactly tracked it, you know, every day on the thing, but somewhere around 300,000.
Well, this rarely happens with two grown men, but I agree with you. I think it's worth between $275,000 and $300,000. In today's market, the wild card is the mileage. If it had 500 miles or 2,000 miles or 6,000 miles, we see a lot of those.
Yeah.
We don't see a lot that have been enjoyed so thoroughly as you have enjoyed yours. So your hero status in my book.
Yeah, I'll take the fun factor versus the cost. So.
Yeah, if you lost $50,000 because you drove it, that's a pretty low cost per mile for that kind of fun.
I think so. I'm happy with the decision I made and I'm going to continue driving it. So.
Yeah, well, you should. You should. I would do the same. So thank you so much for driving it over here and letting me play with it a little while.
Good, you're welcome. You want to give me $1 million, well, then I'll consider it. But I love the car. I bought it to drive it, and that's what I'm having fun with.